Hello everyone, myself Shweta Yadav and today I am going to deliver presentation of instrumentation of atomic emission spectroscopy. So always two questions comes in our minds, what is and why we use. So atomic emission spectroscopy is a technique of analysis that uses the intensity of light emitted from plasma, arc, spark and flame at a particular wavelength to determine the quantity of element in a sample, and this technique is discovered in 19th century by Robert Wilhelm Bunsen and Gustav Robert Kirchhoff. So it is used for determining the concentration of particular element in a sample to be analyzed. This is the introduction of atomic emission spectroscopy is a procedure of analyzing chemicals that employ the intensity of light from plasma, flame, arc or spark at a definite wavelength to calculate the quantitative presence of an element in a particular sample. This is the instrumentation of atomic emission spectroscopy, atomization, excitation source, flame, spark, arc, plasma, laser, sample holder, monochromator detectors. Schematic diagram of AEL. This is the excitation source, excited atom, lens, wavelength selector, detector are mentioned. Atomization and excitation. Atomic emission requires mean for converting an analyte in a solid, liquid or solution from to a free gaseous atom. The most common method are excitation sources and plasma sources. Flame excitation source. Flame provide a high temperature source for dissolving and vaporizing a sample to obtain a free atom for spectroscopic analysis. Atomization and excitation in a flame atomic emission is accomplished using a nebulization spray chamber. The burner head consists of single or multiple slots. Spark and arc excitation sources. Spark and arc excitation sources use a current plus, that is a spark, or continuous electrical discharge, that is a arc, between a two electrode to vaporize and excite a analyte atom. Here is the two electrode, that is the upper electrode and lower cup shaped electrode. Non-conducting sample are ground with the graphite powder and placed into a cup shaped lower electrode. Spark source consists of a primary circuit. A voltage of 110 to 220 volt is maintained. The high voltage obtained from a setup transformer which converts the line power to 15,000 to 40,000 volt, which then charge the capacitor. When energy stored in the capacitor, synchronous trigger the spark between the electrode. Plasma sources. Electrically conductive gaseous mixture containing a significant concentration of cations and electrons. Inductive coupled plasma, direct current plasma, microwave induced plasma. The most important of this plasma is the inductive coupled plasma. DCP. DCP is a direct current plasma. Is created by an electrical discharge between a two or three electrode. So here we can see that there is a three electrode. Two is the graphite block anode electrode and one is the tungsten block cathode electrode. It is arranged and inverted Y arrangement. An argon gas source is situated between the anode blocks and anode blocks, and argon gas flow through the anode blocks. Plasma stream produced by briefly contacting the cathode with anode. ICP. ICP a inductive coupled plasma. It is a very high temperature, is 7,000 to 8,000 Kelvin. Excitation sources that are efficiently dissolve it, vaporizer and excite the ionized atom. Here we can see that there is a ICP torch. In ICP torch consists of three concentric tube which argon gas flow from. The sample aerosol is introduced into the central tube or tangential flow of argon plasma support of in walls of central tube. The top of the tube is surrounded by induction coil which is powered by radio frequency. Laser excitation source. In this sources, highly energetic laser plus used to generate optical sample excitation. when laser beam focus on a small spot on a sample which can be liquid, solid and gaseous, the temperature of heated region is rise rapidly that vaporize the sample material and induce plasma form. Vaporized material get excited and emit a radiation. Sample holder. The function of the sample holder is to introduce the sample into the electrical discharge. There is a two types of sample holder. One is the solid sample and other is the liquid sample. So here we can see the diagram of the graphite electrode. There is a counter electron and electrode for holding a sample. So this electrode does not contain the sample, but another this electrode contains the sample, and there is a space for placing the sample. This sharp surface maintain the minimization of a heat resistance. Monochromator. The function of the monochromator is to separate the variance lines of sample emission spectrum. Two types of monochromator, prism and grating. Both prism and grating dispersion amount are used in emission spectroscopy. Detector. There is a two detector I mentioned, photomultiplier tubes and photographic plates or film. Photomultiplier tubes, vacuum phototubes are extremely sensitive detector of light in ultraviolet, visible and near infrared region range of electromagnetic spectrum. Photographic plates are used for all qualitatively analytical studies. This is the photomultiplier tube. The detector change photon into an electron so that can be detected. Photomultiplier tube is act as a electron multiplier. The PMT, that is the photomultiplier tube, constructed within a evacuated glass tube. Inside the glass tube have a photocathode. And next to the photocathode we have a focusing cathode, and then after that we have a diodes, and finally we have a anode. This is the component of a photomultiplier tube. When incident photon hits the photocathode material, electrons are ejected. So every 5 incident photon, 1 electron is ejected from photocathode material by photoelectric effect. So this ejected electron is known as a primary electron. After this ejected electron focus towards the diode through the focusing electrode. So these diodes provide a high voltage of 1000 volt. The electron get accelerate, that is, if it first diode release the 5 electron, then other diode, second diodes release the 25 electron, and so on. That's mean the electron gets multiplier by 5. So electron get multipliers in the evacuated glass tube. Finally, all the electron collected at the anode. From the anode, electrical current enter in the external circuit. A newly formed electron is known as a secondary electron, and secondary electron is a process known as a secondary emission. This is all about a photomultiplier tube. There is a reference. Thank you.